Hello all, this is Julia, the Nomadic Crafter, and today's smoothie is carrot, beet, banana, apple, and beet greens. Ooh, that beet is so good. Such a great color. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is about my food. I'm going to show you all of the food that I have in the van. It's a good time because what I have is sort of representative of what some of the foods that I tend to eat. And I thought this might be valuable to you to see how you can live in a van and have your own food and cooking methods, and how to have food that you don't have to cook, and how to have food to add to other food that you might order to make it more healthful or better. And I also thought it'd just be a lot of fun to go through the massive amount of food that I have with me, which is kind of ridiculous, but it should be fun. So that's what we're going to do. And this is my breakfast. All right, let's start with this basket, my extra basket, also holding vegetables and things. But anyway, we have these wonderful long beets right here. And you can eat the greens too. And we have some tomatoes, and I got all of this at the farmer's market yesterday here in Petaluma, California. So wonderful. And I got some onions and garlic there. And then at the grocery the other day I got some salami, and this one's with wine because we're in wine country. And it's so great because this is the type of food that you don't have to refrigerate and you can just eat, like with crackers or some leaves, a salad. Yum, yum, yum. Then we have the last apple. I always keep apples for my smoothies and for a quick meal. And then I picked these up at the dollar store the other day. I've never tried them, but Espresso Monster triple shot. I don't usually drink sodas or Monster or energy drinks or anything, but like if I'm late night driving or something and I need to have some coffee, I mean, I don't want to buy coffee and I might not want to make coffee and it might be hot, so I got these the other day. And then they had this on sale for $5, so I stocked up on that. This is the Bragg's apple cider vinegar, so good for so many things. And they had this on sale too, sweet potato juice. I'm so excited about this. So yeah, and this is an expensive brand. It should be $4. It was $2. And then I was driving down the road in San Diego, and someone had dropped an entire boxes of these, like a whole bunch of them. And so I just pulled over and went out on the road and got them. And behind me pulled another car, and they wanted some. And they said, "Oh, I thought those were yours." And I was like, "No, I'm just picking them up. You want some? Here you go." And I gave them some. But I've been eating those for quick meals. And then I got this at the dollar store. Kind of gross, but every once in a while I want something really sweet and gross. So, my bad. Oh, and then there's a final onion there. So yeah, that's what's in this basket. Just beautiful, right? I love food. So this is my main container of food here. So it's got a lot of like dried foods and whatnot. But it's sort of packed in there. I mean, it's a pretty good way to store food. But, okay, on top tend to be these little packages. Sun-dried tomatoes, you'll see a lot of these. I like to add them to things to get some vegetable in me, or fruit in this case. If I don't have anything fresh, because it's hard to keep fresh stuff in a van. Don't let me forget to show you the cooler. Oh, and a Bambi bone. Some coconut and cashew butter granola and apple cinnamon granola. Now, these granolas are kind of sweet, so I don't tend to eat them very often, but when they're on sale, I can't help it. So I have some almond milk to go with that. And then your standard top ramen, I like to add a can of chicken and some raw garlic to this. And also the juice from the chicken. Oh, it's so good. It's a real inexpensive food. And then I picked up a bunch of these rice type meals. And all you do is fully cooked and ready to heat. And then you can add stuff to that or put some meat on the side or whatever your deal is. I like these. They're real quick. They're organic. And another similar thing, whole grain, brown basmati and quinoa. And then similarly, I have some whole grain roasted garlic and olive oil wheat couscous. Some Kraft creamy tomato shells. And I like to get the natural version of this if I can, but sometimes you just pick up a bunch of these at the dollar store. And the deluxe shells and cheese dinner. Under that, I have some emergency rice. I don't really cook rice. It takes too long. It's a bear to flavor it, but in an emergency, there you go. I also have some, in this bag is some dried lentil soup, some natural spiced dried lentils. And you can just, they're pre-cooked and dehydrated, some dehydrated food. And then, well, I have sunflower seeds, which I love to put on like a bagel with cream cheese and then sunflower seeds on top, and it gives it the salt, you know, and it's crunchy and it's a protein. It's really good for you, and they're just so yummy. I love it. Got this at Trader Joe's. And then I have some noodles. So the rest of this, oh, and some more here. And then my green spinach spaghetti. And boy, this needs to be cleaned out. And then on the edge here, I always have here's some salmon for Bambi. And then this entire stack is tuna. And the stack over here is chicken. But there's only one left because I really like this chicken. I add it to a lot of things. It's probably not great for me, but it's a way for me to have meat and then not be tempted to order a $9, meat sandwich or whatever. And then this is something I eat a lot of. This is peanut butter. There's 2 of them actually. So I try and keep it stocked. I do that for smoothies and to put on Bambi's food if to convince her to eat it or as a treat. Yeah. And then we have some nuts. We have some sauces. And these are just cheap ones from the dollar store. And then I have like some corn, frijoles, and black beans. And these are all types of things I can eat with chips and salsa. So, yeah. That goes right there. And then we have some beef barley soup. The other peanut butter. Some butternut squash soup. And some sliced peaches. This is for smoothies. And over here some Parmesan cheese and cayenne pepper to add to things. And then this is falafel. And I saved the packaging to show you. Falafel mix. This is a wonderful on-the-road food because you just add water to it in a bowl and make these little balls like this. And then, you have to let it sit for a minute. Then you make the balls and it becomes not sticky. And then you just fry them up. And you can bake them too. And then you just flavor them with whatever. Like they go in taco shells or like I say, you could just pour some like ranch dressing over it. Or so falafel, a great thing to have on the road. I love it. And then we have some guacamole salsa. And some olive tapenade with Kalamata olives and other olives. And that's good for like just dipping into it with a tortilla, a flour tortilla or something. Or just spreading it on toast, though I don't have a way to make toast, but I'd like to. And then lastly, I have my pancake mix. It's not even this brand, it's whatever I got last that just goes in this very convenient container. And then some organic maple agave syrup blend. Trader Joe's, and inexpensive too. Really good deal. They have such great deals. That's that container. All right, so here's the cooler side of things. This is a cooler I've had for over 30 years, I think. Uh-oh, some flies are coming in. Bambi, get the flies. And it's pretty packed right now, but it served me well. It's very old, but it's just a very useful little cooler. And I don't use ice generally. I might get a cup of ice from the gas station, but it's too small to really, it's such a pain to use ice. Anyway, so I have some green onions, the rest of Bambi's gross dog food. And they had these on sale. I like to sometimes just have meat. Last night I had this with the tomatoes cooked up with some garlic, and it was just so juicy and yummy, and oh, so good. I needed that. Got a little cheese. Doesn't last long, you know. Gotta be careful. And some tortillas. Of course, I was just in Middle California, so. And then carrots for smoothies. And I like to give Bambi an egg in the morning. Sometimes I eat eggs myself, but usually she eats them all up. And then have the almond milk for my granola when I do eat it. And then Bambi's been sick with diarrhea, so this is a good thing to give a dog some pumpkin out of a can for a dog. And that's what I did. And her poop it helps the poop get, helps them get over the diarrhea, helps the poop get solid again. And that's what's happening now. So I'm so glad I got that yesterday. Oh, and my goddess dressing, gotta have it. And then I have, a V8. And then I have 2 of these where when I'm at a place that I can cool them up, I do that, which was how the sewing studio was. So that's what's in the cooler. Are we done yet? No. Here's my extra food thing, which just turned into a food thing. So here I have my extra sun-dried tomatoes. These I got for $1 at the dollar store. They're usually $3 at a regular store, and they're amazing. I recommend them for van life. You can see how much I recommend them. And then I just have extras of these that I showed you before. Rice. Got extra dollar coffees. This excellent espresso coffee. I never want to run out. And this is $1 and it's packed tight. So I got some extra before we left. And I always have extra of that. This is flaxseed. I can add to my oatmeal or even smoothies for fiber and just earthy goodness. And of course, here's my oatmeal. And then I have 2 of these here. So, then I have, well, there's a couple little Star-Kissed thingies here. And my cooking spray for eggs. I have some lovely raspberry jam. Hope you guys can see this. And the sriracha sauce. I gotta check that if it's still good. More goddess dressing, gotta have it. Some random emergency dog food. And mustard, which I haven't opened yet. Mustard's a good condiment because it's just mustard. Here's the ingredients. Distilled vinegar, water, #1 grade mustard seed, salt, turmeric, paprika, spice, natural flavor, and garlic powder. Usually when I get these, they don't even have that much in them. It's a good condiment. And then we have, what's this? Some pasta sauce. And then this is what I use for my oatmeal, especially if I don't have like a fresh apple or banana or something to put in there. I like to have nuts and fruits in my oatmeal. Makes it taste very good. It's a much more filling meal. Some pineapple for smoothies and beets. And there's extra salt under there, emergency salt. You don't know how much you need salt till you don't have it. And then there's olive oil. So yeah. So that's what's in this container. Are we done yet? No. So we have our bananas for our smoothies. Gotta have them. I buy them all the time. They're totally inexpensive. No one should ever starve because there's things like bananas and oatmeal that are just so inexpensive, so good for you. But I love this little container. Of course, I got it secondhand, little basket, and it's very sturdy. On this side, we have some white cheddar popcorn, which has been in there a while. I just haven't eaten it. And then this is for, it's actually quite empty right now, but this is for miscellaneous, well, like apples, and then avocados sometimes. So there's an avocado. And then these are like mini granola bars, and I have like, they're sort of like, these are sweet treats for me, or like quick meals. This one I got at the dollar store, but it's so sweet, it's ridiculous. Can't be a meal, it's a sweet. And then some espresso candy I never eat, I don't know where I'm saving it. Yeah, that's what's in that one. So cute. And so that's where the food containers go. You can see the big one right here. This one, and the leopard one. And this is a cluster van right now. And I have a bunch of laundry to do, making it worse. My Buddha head broke off there. I've got to fix that. And, well, there's my smoothie and the cooler. So that was my food, and I hope you enjoyed it. A real look at a van lifer's food that I'm working with on a regular basis. I don't have a kitchen build out, obviously, and so I'm doing it on the ground, which is, honestly, you really have to be able to squat, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. I like it in some ways, but I really would like a build out. But the thing about the van being parked, it's like always tilting out. And so it's so hard to not have everything moving this way. My bed's always moving that way. And when you're cooking, you know, I kind of have to prop it up. And it's a pain in the butt. So I'm going to finish my smoothie. I really hope you like that look at the food. Put your comments down below if you're another van dweller, what kind of food you use or what you found to not work. Like, for example, trying to cook bacon in here. And on that point, I do cook a lot in the van. I very, very rarely haul everything out. Every time I do, I have to keep coming back in for something. Otherwise, when I'm just sitting on my knees here, I can reach my drawers. I can reach everything I need for cooking. So it's much easier for me to cook inside, and that's why I do. So yeah, and just to let you know, we're here in Petaluma. This is our 4th day in Petaluma, which is awesome. Let me show you. Stay there, Bambi. We're going to go out in a minute. So at this little park, I think we're getting ready to go to Pengrove now. And there's the warehouse district, or whatever it's called here. It's my favorite. Oh, so wonderful. It's been a dream. So I think this is day 4 that we're here. 3 nights. Still haven't used up the parking spots that I have. It is hard to find somewhere to empty stuff. I don't want to empty it on the ground anywhere, even though there are rural type places to do that. So I think we're going to head down the road now to Pengrove. And we're obviously taking our time right here in Northern California, just above San Francisco, because it's so absolutely awesome right here. And the fires have gotten worse on Highway 1. I forgot to mention that in my last video, where if we had taken Highway 1, unless we made it through before the fires, fires are now crossing over Highway 1 down there, so north of San Francisco. So anyway, we're just taking our time going up 101, and it's just so awesome to be here. I'm not in any rush. I think I'm going to be seeing somewhere I lived before coming up here at our next little trip, and we'll see how parking is over there. We might just start to head further north. So yay! Everything's going great for us. We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching my video. This is the Nomadic Crafter out. See ya! Hi, Bambi!